What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLORIAN here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today what I want to do is break down a video released by the Walking Dead YouTube channel that shows us some awesome new footage for The Walking Dead Season 10B. And before we do hop into the breakdown, I did want to say that this trailer or kind of interview type thing that shows us some new footage does show some repetitive footage, like stuff that we've already seen before. So I'm only going to be going over the new footage that we have. All the repeated shots we've seen in past trailers I'm not going to go over. So, if you guys do want to watch the the full trailer, make sure to link it down below in the description. But without further ado, or any distractions, let's hop right into breaking down this awesome trailer. So the first shot is pretty much Magma talking to Carol, and I think she's pretty much asking Carol, why'd you go running after Alpha? Why'd you give her what she wants and everything and fall into her trap? And Magma kind of seems a bit angry or more sympathetic towards Carol. I'm not 100% sure because she does look angry and sad, but And this is clearly while they're in the cave still and everything, and kind of talking to each other and kind of trying to figure out how to get out. The next shot is pretty much Daryl looking through this kind of really tight space and everything with Connie behind him, and he's kind of lighting the way with a little match. The next shot is someone obviously still in the cave and everything, looking through another tight space and everything with kind of a lantern, trying to find a way out. The next shot is Connie, I think trying to climb out of the cave and everything, but obviously not succeeding, or kind of looking to yet again another tight space. But the next shot is kind of weird because I can't tell 100% if these are whispers or just walkers and everything trying to grab for. I think this is the shot for someone trying to get out, and these whispers or walkers are trying to grab for someone. The next shot is Jerry being pulled or pulled by the walkers and everything, and someone trying to pull him out of the cave, because obviously this is probably the most likely the scene where the walkers are grabbing for Jerry and everything, and everyone thinks he gets bit and everything, but obviously we don't know yet. The next shot I can only assume is the exact same scene, which is Dale trying to pull for Jerry and everything as he's getting pulled back from some walkers. The next shot I can only assume is from when they first drop down to the cave, or while they're on the exact same rock as when they first drop down and everything, and Magma's trying to they'll jump out probably in a burst of anger, and she's just trying to drop out of the cave, or not drop out of the cave, but hop out of the cave and everything, trying to climb up. But obviously she's very angry because she's not succeeding at all. The next shot completely gets out of the cave and everything, and it's Alpha walking out of the cave because obviously she went in and everything to lead him in there. But Alpha pretty much walks out of the cave and everything, and there's some whispers waiting for her and everything, and she pretty much says make sure they don't get out. And like I mentioned before earlier, there's a shot where I couldn't tell if there was walkers or whispers. I think the whispers might go in there and everything and try to stop them from getting out, maybe, but I think it's a cool shot nonetheless. Then the next couple of shots, you pretty much go inside Alexandria, inside kind of, as you can say, the town hall, or kind of you say council hall or whatever. And we see, I think Laura, and I'm keep forgetting what this character's name is and everything, but they're both sitting at the council and everything, looking pretty weirded out. And we also have Gabriel right here and everything. I can only assume this is when Gamma's talking to them and everything, and they're all having their kind of meeting, but they're all kind of bringing up the point of oh, should we really trust this whisper and everything? And Gabriel, I think, kind of agrees with her, I guess. I don't know, that's kind of what I gathered from his line of dialogue in the scene. And then next shot, I pretty much go to what I can only assume is the hilltop and walkers. I can only assume this is before the battle of the hilltop with the whispers, and all the walkers are starting to go towards hilltop and everything, and there's these very cool pillars that I can only assume are to slow down the walkers and the whispers, but it looks really cool nonetheless. Next we go to Beta walking through the woods and everything, and I think this is after when he's talking to Gamma and Alpha and everything, and he probably just walks off angry or whatever. But the next shot is Rosita, and I think yet again Laura running and everything inside Alexandria, and I think this is during the whispers invasion of Alexandria, because they're all running and they're they want to get somewhere quick, and obviously they have their weapons with them. The next shot is Mary or Gamma and everything at the front gates of Alexandria and everything. I think this is also a different angle of a shot that we saw in the first season 10B trailer, when Gamma originally arrives at the Alexandrian gates to warn them and everything that obviously people fell inside Alpha's trap inside the cave where the horde is. The next shot is Alpha walking up to Beta and everything, and this shot's really weird because Alpha looks very angry or just annoyed or something, or very alarmed, and she makes kind of a quick action or anything just before it cuts, and I think this might be Alpha punching Beta and everything. I'm not 100% sure. I strongly doubt it and everything, but it's a very, very quick shot. The next two shots and everything are pretty much Alpha staring down inside the cave and everything, obviously staring down and everything, but what is she staring down at and everything? It's Carol. And obviously Carol looks very, I'm not sure, very scared and very probably angry at Alpha and everything, since obviously she wants her dead. But the next shot and everything, the next 3 shots, whatever, are pretty much something running at Magma. This is a part of the tease that we saw earlier this, early on. And obviously it's confirmed that it's a whisper running at Magma and everything, because obviously in the next shot we do see that it pulls out a knife and everything and runs at her. And I'm not sure if it stabs her, but it might. It obviously will hurt her or anything, because there's a shot that I think we saw in the last season 10B trailer where, you know, Magma did look a little hurt and Connie was trying to help her through, like, the cave. The next shot is everyone in front of Hilltop, and I think Aaron leading, like, you know, his, like, little army in front of Hilltop, waiting for the Whispers and the Walkers to start approaching. It looks like a really, really cool shot. The next shot is, you know, Daryl leaving Hilltop and everything, or, like, leaving, like, you know, the safe zone of Hilltop and going out to the front to help with the army. But this next shot is kind of weird because we see Eugene and everything at a record player, and I'm assuming the radios, where he's obviously talking to most likely Stephanie or anything from the Commonwealth, obviously the Commonwealth, but he's looking behind him almost as if maybe he was caught, like people found out or someone's behind him and most likely might question him, or maybe he turned it off right in the midst of time and everything, and obviously there's someone's behind him. There has to be someone behind him, or he's scared that there might be someone behind him, but nonetheless he might have been caught, or, you know, there might be someone entering, but someone might find out. The next shot is Gabriel and yet again this other character and everything in the woods, and I feel like this might be either them infiltrating, like, you know, the Whisperer camp and anything, or them going to find, like, you know, Daryl and the others inside the cave, but I'm definitely very concerned what's gonna be, like, happening in this sequence. The next shot is Rosita with, like, you know, her really badass weapon and everything inside what I can only assume is her house, and this is clearly during the Whisper invasion of Alexandria, and obviously this is going to be, I think, Beta inside her house. I think there's been something said that Beta is going to, like, you know, make contact with Rosita and everything, and this is probably, like, you know, a Whisper or someone inside Rosita's house, which is obviously someone that she does not want in there and will fight. The next shot is pretty much, I think, someone climbing up the walls of the cave and everything, but obviously, like, you know, they're getting, like, you know, grabbed by some walkers and everything, but Jerry, like, you know, saves them by cutting off the arm of the walker. The next shot is, like, you know, Negan talking to Alpha and everything. I can only assume that Negan's getting on, like, a bit of Alpha's nerves since, like, the way she looks away and everything is probably getting annoyed, and obviously she's getting annoyed and everything because the next shot, Alpha puts a knife right up to Negan's, you know, special spot, so obviously Negan will get on Alpha's nerves and everything. In the next shot, she's very close to him and Negan's obviously very uptight, probably a little scared, and obviously he tells Alpha saying, I've been in your shoes before and everything. I think he might be saying, let me help, I'm not sure. The next shot is Beta looking, like, pretty angrily at Negan and everything. Obviously Negan's kind of just chilling against, like, you know, a log or, you know, a tree, but the next shot, holy shit, the next shot is a new shot and everything, a more extended shot of Negan with a Whisper mask on and everything, walking without, you can tell it's Negan just because, like, you know, the leather jacket, the facial features and everything, but it's really cool because we see him pretty much walking inside this Whisper and Walker group. We obviously see Beta behind him and everything, obviously yet again not looking too keen on having Negan there in the first place and everything, but it's a very cool shot and sequence nonetheless. The next shot we pretty much get, you know, Negan standing behind Alpha and everything on pretty much a higher ledge and everything. I think this might be in the same sequence to where he pisses off Alpha because his jacket is in the same way and everything, how it's, like, you know, open, and obviously they do look the same as they did in those other shots, but yet again, just like the other shot and everything with Negan with his Whisper mask, this shot is so fucking cool. We see Negan, obviously there's a fire in front of them because you do see Negan's face like lit up a little bit and everything, but he has his Whisper mask on, Alpha has his Whisper mask on, and this shot is so cool and just, like, creepy and just awesome. I do wonder if this is at the Battle of the Hilltop and everything, because obviously there's a fire in front of Negan and everything, and Alpha kind of looks the exact same way she does at, like, in the other previous trailers and everything, at the Battle of the Hilltop, where she's commanding the Whispers and everything to launch, like, you know, like the fire bows, but it's probably, like, the coolest shot of the entire trailer in my opinion. The next shot we pretty much get Judith, like, you know, staring into the jail cell, and obviously she's not staring at Negan because obviously Negan's with the Whispers now, so I can only assume this is, like, you know, Judith, like, staring or possibly even talking to, like, I think Gamma or Mary, because obviously once she goes to Alexandria she will be imprisoned and everything. They're not just gonna let her walk around Alexandria, so I wonder what, you know, they're gonna be talking about. But next shot we pretty much get, like, I guess you could say an extended sequence of, like, you know, the Whispers or Beta inside the RV, because we do see two other Whispers and everything opening up, like, you know, the downstairs to the RV and everything. And obviously we don't see it and everything, but we, like, you know, this is before Beta, you know, jumps down to the RV, but it's a very cool shot nonetheless. The next shot we pretty much get Beta, Gamma, and Alpha all talking and everything. I do wonder if this is Beta and Alpha confronting Gamma, since she does look a little kind of intimidating and everything. Obviously they're Beta and Gamma and everything, Beta and Alpha and everything are pretty, you know, close. The next shot is kind of Alpha looking off very, like, you know, scared or very surprised and everything, off in a direction we have, like, you know, we have Beta right behind her. Now I know in this next shot that we have already seen it before and everything, but it kind of plays into the next shot, which is pretty much, like, you know, Daryl stabbing this walker clearly, or at least it looks very connected, like, you know, obviously, like, this walker right here and everything, and Daryl stabs him. The next shot is obviously, you know, like, you know, some walkers kind of, like, you know, grabbing at someone and everything, possibly Jerry, but then the next shot is extremely stunning and very very, like, scary. We see Carol absolutely screaming at someone, probably Alpha, but it's a very weird shot, like, nonetheless, and because obviously we've never seen Carol this fired up and angry, but it's very, like, crazy and everything. Obviously, you know, this is probably connected to the earlier shot that we did see where, you know, Alpha's talking down to Carol, and Carol's probably me screaming up at her very, very angrily, but it's a very badass and cool shot nonetheless. So those were all the new shots we got for this new kind of, like, you know, teaser trailer and everything. This was probably the best trailer we've gotten for season 10B, which is very weird to say and everything since there has been very cool shots or lots of cool shots in the other trailers. But I do have to say this one has probably been the coolest, or the one that I've been most excited about seeing. Obviously, we've seen some other cool shots and other trailers and everything, but this one's probably consistent with being just so fucking cool. But yeah, I highly recommend that you guys go watch this trailer and everything. Like I said, make sure to link it down below in the description. What was your favorite shot or most favorite shot or anything in this trailer? And yep, I'll see you guys later, my amigos, and peace out.